Welcome to Creatively Optimized, the podcast for service businesses ready to shine online. I'm Jenny Belanger, the founder of Jenny B Designs, a web design studio that builds strategic and beautiful websites that are designed to book you ideal clients and make you money. With over 10 years of growing my own design business, I'm here to share tips to creatively optimize your business. Get ready to learn web design strategies for high converting websites, digital marketing tactics to reach ideal customers, and systems to simplify operations. If you're ready to blend creativity and strategy, you're in the right place. Join me on this journey to creatively optimize your unique business. Let's do this.
What you might not know is that an About page is a critical yet often overlooked part of a website. It's your chance to introduce yourself and establish credibility and connect with visitors on a more personal level. But it is one of the most neglected pages that I tend to see on a website. And truth be told, it's actually one of the highest visited pages on a website. So today, I want to talk about the elements that go into crafting a compelling About page that grows your audience and builds trust. So let's get into it. If we haven't already met, I am Jenny B. I own Jenny B Designs, and I love helping other small businesses shine online and build a website that reflects their brand personality and works to attract their ideal clients and make them money. Today, we are in part 2 of a 3-part series. Last week, I talked about the homepage. This week, I'm talking about that About page. And next week, we're going to go over the services page. So let's talk a little bit about why the About page matters. It's actually kind of natural to skim over the About page and focus efforts on other website pages like the homepage or the services page or even your blog. But when you do that, neglecting the About page really means neglecting an opportunity to effectively market yourself and your brand and to build that connection. This About page is that space where it allows you to share your origin story, your credentials, your passions and mission behind the work that you do. It's that dedicated space to have an intimate conversation with site visitors and forge that meaningful connection. An About page is where you open up, and it's the perfect way to demonstrate that authenticity. When you have a thoughtful About page that converts visitors and subscribers into clients and customers, you gain 3 main benefits. You get that improved trust and credibility for your brand. You have the increased visitor engagement, that time spent on site, and you become top of mind for establishing yourself as an industry authority. Let's talk a little bit about kind of the key ingredients for crafting a high impact About page. Ingredient number 1 is you want to talk about the origins of your business. Start by sharing your origin story. Why did you launch your business? Talk about the gap that you noticed that inspired your offerings. Talk about your light bulb moment. Use this space to explain the problems that you're solving for your target audience. Not only does this really build the rapport with that niche pain point, but it also helps you come across as more credible, more passionate, and it demonstrates that intrinsic motivation that tied you to your purpose and your mission. For me, I come from a background of working in the nonprofit world. We had to do all of the things. And when I decided to shift into the web design industry, into the business, because it was my passion for building websites, I recognized that a lot of small businesses are in the same spot as these nonprofits. They have too few employees, they're trying to do too many things, and they don't have enough time to A, focus on their website, or B, have their website work for them so that they know it's working behind the scenes, bringing these ideal clients. So I understood the pain points that these potential clients had, and I really wanted to solve the problem for them. That's what I'm talking about. Talk about your origin and the gap that you saw in the industry and how you can help. Ingredient number 2 is if you have team members, don't just talk about yourself, introduce the amazing people behind your brand too. For small companies, you can highlight key staff or key contractors. And if you work by yourself, if you're a solopreneur, talk about, your valued mentors, your network who have supported you on your journey. It's really about building that human element so that people can connect with you and learn more about your capabilities, your characteristics, and just form that connection with you. You also want to talk about your values, what guides you. Now is the time really to get personal and speak to the values that are really driving your work. What principles matter most to you? Discuss kind of what gets you excited to serve your clients and what shapes your business decisions, which values your business decisions and your customer experiences. You want to make your values center stage on your About page. If you value kindness like you do, I talk about kindness a lot on my About page, and people understand that that's one of my core values. But share what matters to you so that you can really attract your ideal clients and detract those that don't have the same values as you, because there's nothing worse than working with a misaligned client. Those misaligned relationships really can put a damper on the work that you're trying to do. So you want to make sure that your copy, the words on the page, are being authentic to you and are sharing what you are about so that you are attracting ideal clients. Number 4 is you want to share your why. This is kind of building that personal bridge and understanding what experience or lessons made you qualified for this business that you're in. How did your previous chapters equip you for this present day success and impact your view? Vulnerability and authenticity are really rare these days. And if you can do that in a way that is about you, but more importantly is about them, then it means so much. And it establishes you as a leader in this field. Number 5 is you want to share success stories. People understand your capabilities, and you want to reinforce that with social proof, those testimonials. I talked about this on the homepage. You want to also carry this through to your About page, making sure that there are testimonials talking about, how someone loved working with you. Maybe on this page, it's more about your process or more about how they were aligned with you throughout the whole project. But having testimonials on this page is a really important part of this About page. And number 6 is bring a little bit of you and have a little bit of fun in the About page. And this goes to having a section perhaps on a Q&A with you or sharing kind of what you're reading. I love seeing that on some people's websites or what they're listening to, or forming or sharing, a resource that you love and adore. Building that personal connection. I actually can't tell you how many times I've gotten on a consultation call and someone has brought up the fact that I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was my jam in the 90s, and it's on my About page about one of the things that I love. And it has been brought up a lot on my discovery calls. People read the About page and they form that connection and they feel like they know me a little bit more than they did before. So think about what can you add to your About page that could be fun? Like I said, those Q&As or what I'm listening to or anything that brings out your unique personality. I love to have that, a little bit of fun with the About page. And finally, you want to think about the imagery. So we talked about the copy, the content that you want to have on that page, but you want to think about the imagery as well. You definitely want pictures of yourself because you are the face behind the business. So make sure there is a smiling picture of you looking at your potential client. If you have team members, it always helps to have team members there as well. If you have a physical location, then I suggest putting a picture of the physical location there. It helps people kind of ease their mind and understand what this place looks like. And it really definitely does bring a level of credibility and authenticity to your brand when someone can see that physical space. And beyond that, I encourage you to have a little fun. So in your Q&A section or that fun section, maybe you have a really fun picture of you. I use Liz Wilcox's email templates for some of my newsletters because I love her brand. She has such wonderful templates that are able to be crafted in such a personal way. But her jam is that she loves NSYNC. She's got like that 90s thing going on. And you'll see all her imagery is her in that 90s gear. And all of her words reflect this. So I encourage you, if you have a little bit of fun to your personality and to your brand, to bring it into this page with some imagery of that. It's all about infusing your personality and bringing it out online so that you could attract those ideal clients and eventually make money with your website. So there you go. Let's do a quick little recap. The first ingredient is that you want to talk about the origin of your business. The second is that you want to have some team member bios if you have some team members that you work with. Ingredient 3 is the values that guide you. And then 4, you want to talk about your why, that narrative. 5 is your testimonials, your social proof. And finally, ingredient 6 is that imagery, understanding how to use those photos of you and your business to weave into that page to create that connection. Your about page, it doesn't have to be boring. It shouldn't be full of fluff. And truthfully, it shouldn't be about you. It should be more about your potential client and how you are the best person to help them. Use this dedicated space to develop that emotional connection rooted in transparency and trust. And if you don't actually have an about page, now I think is the moment to really prioritize it. Think about it. And treat your about page as a special chance to really charm your website visitors and turn them into those raving fans that you've always wanted. And there you have it. That is what your about page is actually about. If you combine these 6 different ingredients, you'll have an about page that people will want to visit and will read thoroughly and will form that connection that you need to grow your brand and make money from your website. All right, I look forward to speaking with you next time, and we're going to chat about the services page.
Thanks so much for listening to this podcast all the way to the end. I really appreciate you being here. Please make sure to subscribe to the podcast, rate, review, and share it with someone else you know it can help. If you like this episode, then I want to invite you to visit jennybedesigns.com, where you'll find videos and resources to help make your current website work even harder for you. And if you're feeling like your current website doesn't truly reflect you or your brand today, it's not attracting your ideal clients or making sales, or maybe you just feel embarrassed by it and it's holding your business back, then reach out. I'd love to help you design a website that truly reflects you, works for you 24/7, bringing in those ideal clients and making you money. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time for another new episode.